Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Before I get into this edition of the GNBS in 30, let me ask, do you know what is metrology? If you are unaware, then you are in the right place. Sit back and learn about World Metrology Day, which the GNBS joined in observing on May 20th, and what we did, and along with how metrology is important to your daily lives. Under the theme Metrology in the Digital Era, we launched our online portal for our legal metrology and industrial metrology services, and much more. Additionally, later in the program, you will hear about our exciting Standards in Academia quiz competition, which is ongoing, and our regional winners who will move on to the championship. Also, with the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standardization CrossQ, we hosted a successful media sensitization session and continued certifying quality products and service providers. You will learn about these and other activities at the GNBS in our 5th edition of the GNBS in 30 for this year. I am Bibi Gatun, Communications Officer of the GNBS, and we are so glad that you can join us. Metrology, not to be confused with meteorology, is the science of measurements. On May 20th, the GNBS, as the National Measurement Institute in Guyana, joined other measurement institutes around the world to celebrate World Metrology Day. As I said earlier, the theme for this year's observances was Metrology in the Digital Era, chosen to recognize the role of digital technology in changing the field of metrology. To mark the occasion this year, the GNBS launched a metrology portal for its legal metrology and industrial metrology services, which includes the verification and calibration of all measuring instruments.
This system had to basically ensure that we catered for all of the stages that are involved. The stage of scheduling visits by staff, the stage of gathering information, the stage of interacting with the clients, interacting with the devices.
The main objectives of developing the metrology portal are to transform the operations of the Legal Metrology Services Department and the Industrial Metrology and Testing Department from a paper-based system to a fully digital system. And this is basically in keeping with our theme for this year for World Metrology Day, which is Metrology in the Digital Era. It also would increase the operational efficiency of the departments in the provision of verification and calibration services, and also improve interaction between the GNBS and its customers.
We have been increasingly getting requests from international clients where it's not physically possible for them to come to the Bureau to do these services. So all these improvements that we are looking at and we will do will not only serve our local public, but will serve our international clients. And I'll leave you with the first sentence of our quality policy. The GNBS is fully committed to customer satisfaction and continual improvement in the delivery of its goods and services.
The GNBS is pleased to be able to incorporate digital technology into its measurement operations to reliably provide measurement services to its stakeholders. Still on World Metrology Day activities, the GNBS hosted a free training on the introduction to metrology for stakeholders involved in measurement services. The 3 hours of training covered importance of precise measurements, calibration, traceability of measurements, and the contributions of metrology to citizens' rights, trade, health, safety, and more. The session was collaboratively facilitated by the GNBS Business Development and Industrial Metrology and Testing departments. Meanwhile, officers of the GNBS conducted lecture sessions for 3 technical institutes on World Metrology Day. These sessions were held at the Georgetown Industrial Training Center, the New Amsterdam Technical Institute, and the Essequibo Technical Institute. The lectures covered the services offered by the GNBS, other crucial aspects of measurement, including calibration of devices, traceability of measurements, the care and use of instruments, the importance of ensuring accurate and reliable measurements, and the SI units or the metric units. These aspiring technicians should be able to apply the principles of measurement during their skills training and eventually their work life. Media activities were also conducted, including radio interviews, television interviews, social media publications, and a lot more to bring awareness to the GNBS role in measurement and its importance, and to highlight activities held this year to commemorate the occasion.
Companies within Guyana's industries, especially small and medium enterprises (SME), depend on a national quality infrastructure (NQI) to demonstrate product and service quality demanded by regulators, consumers, and other players in the market. The national quality infrastructure is a country's institutional framework of public and private institutions which is needed to provide acceptable evidence that products and services conform to international standards. It comprises regulatory institutions, quality service providers, enterprises, and the consumer. Institutions within the framework offer measurement, inspection, testing, and certification services which all meet international standards. These services, once utilized by manufacturers and service providers, offer sufficient evidence to global buyers that Guyana's products and services from the various sectors meet the necessary requirements. The government of Guyana, under the NQI project, is expending financial resources to build the capacity within quality infrastructure institutions to offer the requisite services which stakeholders demand. As a nation, let us all support the national quality infrastructure. It is intended to benefit every citizen through the availability of quality goods and services, enhanced exports, poverty reduction, preservation of the environment, and protection of the health, safety, and well-being of everyone. To learn more, visit the NQI portal on the GNBS website. That's www.gnbsgy.org.
Now you have been hearing about our Standards in Academia quiz competition in primary schools. Well, we have winners. Our pupils have been proving how excited they are to learn about standards and quality. The events were also attended by educational representatives in the various regions. The competition kicked off in Region 2, with Sparta Primary School winning the trophy. In what year was the GNBS Act amended? A. 1984, B. 1997, C. 1994.
B.
Correct. Question. Currently, the GNBS has something number of departments. A. 11, B. 12, C. 13.
C.
Correct. Question. Which of the following is not a reason for labeling products? A. To state that what the product contains. B. To state who made the product. And C. To state all its defects.
C.
Correct. The responsibility of the National Standards Council is to A. Manage the GNBS. B. Give policy direction. C. Investigate the GNBS on a daily basis.
B.
Correct.
Standards in Academia competition is a collaborative event between the Guyana National Bureau of Standards and the Ministry of Education. It provides pupils of primary school level, as well as their teachers, with the opportunity to become educated on the concepts of standards and quality and how they are applied to our daily lives.
This quiz or this initiative welcomes and tests the competencies of resourcefulness, critical thinking, alertness, and rapid or quick response, fluency, boldness. It also showcases the cooperation, team spirit, and organization among schools.
The competition continued in Region 3, where Cornelia Ida walked away with the winning trophy. Let's take a look at how they did.
The question is, the GNBS certifies the following except A. Concrete, B. PVC pipes, C. Gold. Correct. Which is appropriate to measure a bucket of water? A. Kilogram, B. Meter, C. Liter.
Liter.
Correct. Standards can be voluntary or A. Accurate, B. Strategic, C. Compulsory.
C. Compulsory.
Correct. In the metric system, the correct order of prefixes are A. Centi, milli, deci, B. Milli, centi, deci, or C. Deci, milli, centi.
B.
Correct. There are something base units in the metric system. A. 9, B. 5, C. 7.
C.
Correct.
The pupil with the highest points will receive a prize at the regional level. Pupil with the highest combined points will also receive a special prize at the finals. Only the schools with the highest point at the regional level will move on to the national level. The winning school at the regional level will receive a trophy, as you can see displayed on the table, and the school with the highest points at the national level wins the competition and receives the champion's trophy as well as $50,000 gift voucher. The school that places second will receive a runner-up trophy and $25,000 gift voucher at the national competition.
The general understanding of standards in education is in relation to students demonstrating their ability to meet specified levels of academic attainment, usually relating to objectives or stated outcome. Nonetheless, it is imperative for our students to be able to recognize and demonstrate knowledge of jargons associated with standards such as quality, requirements, and verification. The Department of Education recognizes this important event and as such will ensure both technical and physical support is given to schools to ensure that learners at all levels are aware of quality.
And finally, for the competitions we have so far completed, the competition was completed in Region 4 and the winner was the Chatamarco Primary School. In this competition, we also had 2 best performing students.
Which is appropriate to measure a bucket of water? A. Kilogram, B. Meter, C. Liter.
C. Liter.
Correct. In the metric system, centi means A. Divide into 100 parts, B. Divide into 10 parts, or C. Divide into 1,000 parts.
A. Divided into 100 parts.
Correct. Now to your question. Currently, the GNBS has something number of departments. A. 11, B. 12, C. 13. Question. Currently, the GNBS has something number of departments. A. 11, B. 12, C. 13.
C. 13.
Correct. Question. Which is not a management system? A. Quality management system. B. Construction management system. C. Health and safety management system.
B. Construction management system.
Correct. The metric system was adopted in January by A. Order number 6 of 2004, Order 10 of 2002, Order number 4 of 2001.
Order number 4, 2001.
Correct. Tires, textiles, and cigarettes are monitored by the GNBS. True or false?
True.
Correct.
The objective is to ensure that younger Guyanese also understand the importance and concepts long before they become businessmen and women, active consumers, and leaders in society. Ultimately, this will add significant value to our rapidly transforming national economy. In this year's competition, we have primary schools representing 5 administrative regions, regions 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10.
I bring you greetings on behalf of our Regional Education Officer, Ms. Tembiso Grant, and by extension, the Ministry of Education. She has asked me to extend best wishes to all our participants and to tell them how proud we are of them for sitting here and that you're all winners by just being here. So let's give a hand for our participants.
The collaborative initiative between the GNBS and the Ministry of Education seeks to educate pupils and their teachers on standards and quality. The next competition will be in Region 5, followed by Region 10, before we have the National Championships. To ensure that a wider cross-section of pupils and the general population benefit from the information, I'm excited to inform you that the quizzes, both at the regional level and the finals, will be aired by the Guyana Learning Channel. Stay with us, we'll be right back with more.
Companies within Guyana's industries, especially small and medium enterprises (SME), depend on a national quality infrastructure (NQI) to demonstrate product and service quality demanded by regulators, consumers, and other players in the market. The national quality infrastructure is a country's institutional framework of public and private institutions which is needed to provide acceptable evidence that products and services conform to international standards. It comprises regulatory institutions, quality service providers, enterprises, and the consumer. Institutions within the framework offer measurement, inspection, testing, and certification services which all meet international standards. These services, once utilized by manufacturers and service providers, offer sufficient evidence to global buyers that Guyana's products and services from the various sectors meet the necessary requirements. The government of Guyana, under the NQI project, is expending financial resources to build the capacity within quality infrastructure institutions to offer the requisite services which stakeholders demand. As a nation, let us all support the national quality infrastructure. It is intended to benefit every citizen through the availability of quality goods and services, enhanced exports, poverty reduction, preservation of the environment, and protection of the health, safety, and well-being of everyone. To learn more, visit the NQI portal on the GNBS website. That's www.gnbsgy.org.
Thank you for staying with us. Now we turn our attention to the GNBS Made in Guyana Certification Mark program. It is exciting that so many companies are interested in signing up for this program as we strive to promote quality in the local market. The GNBS has awarded the right to 2 more local companies to use the Made in Guyana certification mark on their products. Amy's Pomeroon Coffee was one of the 2 companies to have its mocha flavored ground coffee and its green coffee beans carry the mark. Let's take a look at what transpired at the certification ceremony.
We want to congratulate Amy's Pomeroon Food Incorporated on taking this very important step to promote brand recognition and to increase competitiveness for products that are certified by Made in Guyana certification mark. And most importantly, the company will be using this mark and it is valid for 1 year. It is subject to renewal once you continue to maintain the criteria.
So congratulations.
This is indeed prestigious, and I'm glad my company was able to qualify.
It is kind of impossible for me to express how delightful and stimulating your presence here has been. I can hardly express in words how proud we are as Amy's Pomeroon Foods Inc. to be able to receive this Made in Guyana mark. I can assure you that we will try to maintain a higher standard and keep it to the standard that we expect, that you guys are expecting for us.
The other company to have its product certified is Precision Global Inc. of Swan Creek, Marudi, Sioux Dike, Linden Highway. The Made in Guyana certification mark was affixed to the products branded only coconuts that include coconut oil, coconut chips, coconut flour, and desiccated coconuts, which is a dry form of coconut.
This is the third such event since the launch of the Made in Guyana mark in October last year, and the second that I am attending. I understand that several other companies have begun the process towards certification, which is what we wish to see. You have heard Ms. Karan speak a bit on the significance of the certification and what it means, especially in terms of local content and quality systems. We are pleased to see this kind of response to this certification program. We wish to see the private sector sharing in that vision, whereby Made in Guyana is globally recognized as synonymous with quality, sustainable products, ethically produced with due care for our environment and for the lives and livelihoods of workers and communities.
I am delighted to be here as the GNBS certifies Precision Global Inc. to use the Made in Guyana certification mark on its products. It is indeed a pleasure to welcome you on board this prestigious program. For years, businesses have been calling for such a program, which provides a mark that differentiates their products based on key quality and other requirements.
To be approved as a Made in Guyana certification mark is a clear indication of our commitment to ensuring that our products are of the highest quality. And so every consumer that consumes our product must have that level of confidence that they're consuming a product that has been manufactured under strict hygienic conditions. Additionally, it is a testimony that our company fully embraces the notion that food commodities manufactured locally can be equally competitive and readily accepted on the shelves of any store or supermarkets across the globe.
The Made in Guyana certification mark will assure customers and consumers that the product with which the logo that will be placed on the products, these products have satisfied the criteria, as Ms. Karan mentioned earlier, satisfied the criteria to be classified as authentic Guyanese manufactured products. And so as the leading representative of manufacturing, or the leading manufacturer's representative in Guyana, the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association, we are extremely pleased to be associated with this event here today.
This certification is valid for 1 year and is open to all local manufacturers. The GNBS encourages manufacturers who are keen to demonstrate that their products are authentic, quality Guyanese products to take advantage of this voluntary certification. Contact the GNBS to find out more. The GNBS collaborated with CrossQ, the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality, to host a half-day media sensitization session for quality infrastructure services. The media is considered a key stakeholder group to promote QI services, understanding that it is imperative that media personnel understand these services and their importance to develop Guyana's economies and other 14 CARICOM member states as well, they were also given a tour of Sterling Products Limited to show practical application of QI services. Let's take a look at the highlights from this event.
Quality infrastructure, QI services such as testing, inspection, metrology, and certification are quickly becoming highly desirable by businesses, especially with the advent of oil production in Guyana. Businesses, regardless of their size, are demanding these services to demonstrate conformity to recognized standards and to establish user confidence in their offerings. Today, being certified using traceable measuring equipment, instruments, and having internationally recognized procedures are by far the approaches taken by businesses as they look to improve their competitive advantage. When considering QI, 3 keywords must be at the forefront of your minds: quality, safety, and environmental soundness.
Indeed, the relatively new oil and gas sector has substantially created demand for GNBS QI services, and with the policy direction of our National Standards Council and the support of our government, we have been able to respond accordingly to the introduction of new services and the expansion of the scope of others in demand. I must take this opportunity to point out that the provision of QI services is not limited to the GNBS. National quality infrastructure also includes other regulators, testing, and certification bodies that enforce and support the establishment of a broader framework for quality in Guyana.
These services, because every now and then you hear about consultants that are hired to do various things. So you're also looking at what they deliver and making sure that there is some aspect of quality. And when we say the word quality, everybody has an idea in their mind to start with about what quality is. Take, for example, you're going to the supermarket and you're looking to buy tomatoes. Chances are, if you are looking to cook with it, you're looking for a red tomato, you're looking for a firm tomato, you're looking for a tomato that does not have blemishes. So in your mind, you already have an idea of what quality is. And that essentially is what we're looking at the regional level. How do we make sure these products, whether we're offering jams, whether we're offering fresh fruit, how do we make sure that they meet the requirements to be able to move from us to the consumer, whether the consumer is here at the national level, at the regional level, or at the international level.
To achieve our activities, our mandate, we have a vision, and it's to be the premier national institution for standards and quality in Guyana. We must be the best. We must lead in terms of when it comes to quality and standards in Guyana. Our mission is to develop and implement a national quality infrastructure. As you can see it up there, we want to develop a quality infrastructure framework in partnership with key sectors. So all the sectors we need to partner with. We cannot do it by ourselves. We need to partner with those in tourism, those in agriculture, those even in the transportation industry, airline. We want to, wherever there's a sector, we want to work to ensure that, you know, our services are there. And why we want to do this? Because we want to have socio-economic development and obviously to protect the consumer.
Thank you for your time and attention. This is where we have to bring the curtain down on this month's edition of the GNBS in 30. I encourage you to continue to follow what is happening at the GNBS as we provide standards and services to facilitate business growth and consumer protection. Do follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube page. For more information on our calibration, training, verification, or certification services, available standards or suggestions, contact us on 692-4627 or 219-0064-66. Goodbye and do take care.